Thank you so much for doing the video. We're actually team number 9, and today we're going to be talking about Nintendo. Now, Nintendo, to most of you from what you've actually learned, is pretty much right now known as a multinational company that focuses on video games. Fun fact, Nintendo didn't actually start that way. It was actually founded in 1859, where Nintendo was actually a creator of card companies. It created cards for poker and for other types of games where you can actually go ahead and play with family and friends. Now, during this time, it was actually thanks to one of the head brands, well now general manager, which is actually one of their biggest creators, that thought, based on arcade games that they were doing good, what they could do to bring that to the home. So during that time is one of their famous creation, which was the NES. The NES was actually their first official home console that actually went ahead and implemented the vision of bringing that fun that you have at the arcades, bring that home. During that time, a lot of the people were actually really hooked into that kind of concept, and they thought it was good. So what they did is they upgraded, they implemented more and gave more to the customers by bringing that to the Super Nintendo, and later on into the Nintendo 64.
And with that, the Nintendo 64, as the name suggests, it had now 64 bits of power, memory power. Before it was, for the first console, it was 8 bits, then it jumped to 16 bits, now 64 bits, which allowed the games to be richer, bigger, and now 3D, with 3D worlds and characters. From there, it came to the GameCube. The GameCube changed from a game cartridge format to a CD format. This was so they could be competitive against PlayStation, which was the king in CD format gaming. Then they changed everything in regards of game controls with introducing the Wii, which now used motion controls instead of just a controller. So you have to actually punch in the game, which was a whole new way of playing video games.
So 6 years later, the Nintendo Wii U was released in the holiday seasons, which was the first Nintendo console to support high definition system. So the console came with a gamepad, which is the primary control that have two options: to play off screen, which means you can play in the gamepad, or play it like a normal console in the TV. So last year came the Nintendo Switch, which means it's like kind of say the same like a Nintendo Wii U, but have this in particular, you can play in whatever place you want, which means you can play on a park, on school, maybe in your room without a TV like a Nintendo Wii U.
In the end, you guys pretty much seen a history of how Nintendo has pretty much innovated what we know as the gaming culture, not only from the standard controllers to the now more innovative and faster growing Switch, which is actually one of the most highest selling consoles in the market at this moment. Nintendo pretty much has changed the scheme of how we look into gaming and the definition of fun that we use nowadays. That is why today, I hope you guys learn a little bit about Nintendo, and you might actually give it a try in the future.